Is anybody out there, lovely people? I'm actually looking for Rose. Has anybody seen Rose? If you are watching this, I need somebody to go find Rose. Oh, is my volume on? I think my volume's on. Why can I not click anything? Nothing is working. My screen is stuck. I cannot click out of this current screen that I'm in. And I don't know if that means my computer is frozen. Is my computer frozen? I don't think so. Oh. Okay, now I can see. I wonder why that happened. Oh gosh. It's all going downhill. Everything is going downhill. If you were in the chat, can you let me know if you can hear me? Because my computer just froze and now things are going black. I'm a mess. Yum. You can hear me? Okay, good. Because I was like, my whole screen froze. Awesome. Okay, has anybody seen Rose? I need to find her. And I don't have her email. I need to check in on her because she said if Cooper left, she would be sad. And then Cooper left. And now I need to check on her. So I need to make sure she is okay. I need to make sure she is okay and thriving while my screens come back up because I'm playing hooky with doing work. I'm not grading. I'm not doing anything. I think, so my screens a minute ago, I don't know if you noticed, but they went black. So I have 3 screens up. And sometimes they're not in sync with each other. And so one will be frozen on the left and it takes it a minute to catch up. No, but I need Rose. So I think her name is, the screen is fine over here. Are you talking about me or the screen? No, I'm just kidding. Don't answer that. Oh my gosh, this hair. I need my braids back ASAP. But I'm looking for Rose. I need to find Rose. I need to check in on her. Is somebody else live? Can somebody go see if you can find Rose? I need to make sure she's good. I need to make sure she's okay. I know there's weird things happen. This hair is not it, but whatever. But I just need to make sure that she is okay. I also have I have nothing to talk about. So if anybody wants to come and talk to me about anything, just let me know. I'll drop the link. I have some grapefruit juice that has been juiced, and it is Rose from yes, I need to find her. It's grapefruit juice and what the hell is in here? Grapefruit juice, papaya, and lemon juice. Cheers. Oh, and ginger, because that's what's burning my throat. So yeah. Yes, I need to check on Rose. I need to find her wherever she's at. I need to make sure she's okay. I need to make sure she's taking things well. I need to make sure she's feeling good and that she's feeling confident. So I just need to check on her. So that's what I was saying. Where is Rose? Also, I'm doing something different with my lighting, and I think I like it. So that's fun. No, nothing's so she didn't want Cooper to enter the transfer portal. And she's been saying for like months, she's like, I don't care who leaves, as long as it's not Cooper. I don't care who leaves, as long as it's not Cooper. And then Cooper entered the transfer portal. And so I was concerned for her. I just want to check in on her and I want to make sure she's good. I saw her in the chat when I was live doing the show with Dave a little bit ago, but I think she only said like one thing and I haven't seen her since. So I just want to check on her and make sure she's good. So listen, as women, we got to check on each other. We have to make sure we're okay. And we have to make sure we're adjusting. This black actually looks really good on camera. I wasn't sure how it was going to look because black kind of like can wash you out. But I'm just up here blabbing. Hey, I'm just here not talking about anything. Oh, I didn't even drop a link. Does anybody want to come chat with me? I have so much to say about so many things that I'm choosing not to say anything. But this hoodie, this little jacket thing is fire. Just saying. Not because it has the longhorn, but like the black with like the little silver with the longhorn, little zip up. Makes me look nice and skinny. I think it looks good. So anyways, I'm looking for Rose. So I wanted to be live because I don't really have much to do. I have some things I could be doing, but like I just don't want to do those things. And it's only 6:23 here. And yeah. So I figured I'd come talk to the people if anybody wants to talk to me. But really, I'm also concerned about Rose for no reason. She's probably fine. I just want to make sure that she's doing okay and that she's adjusting and that she's, in a good place because I know that she really wanted to keep Cooper and now Cooper has entered the transfer portal. So I'm just wanting to check on her. You didn't see her. Oh gosh, where is she? I got a funny video to send you. Oh hell. Oh gosh. Anybody have any questions for me? Anybody want to know how I'm feeling? Great. People are going to think I'm drinking because I have my little fucking kid cup of whatever this is, my little blender cup. Also, what do we think about the draft? Were we happy with the draft? Did anybody watch the draft? Or is it just me? Am I the only person that's like obsessed with the draft? I think it's cool to watch the people that we're going to see playing in the NFL. How was my day? My day was interesting. So I went to bed really late last night, but that's okay because I got to edit videos and do some things. So I went to bed really late last night. Then I woke up really early, which doesn't usually bode well for me. Then I did a little bit of work and then I went to go work out, which was really good. My workout was phenomenal. I'm working myself back. When I don't have braids in my hair, my workout is a little bit different than it is when my hair is braided. So my hair is braided, it's really heavy. And so there's a lot of things that I won't do because it's just heavy. So I won't do as much jumping and different things like that because the braids pull. So when my natural hair is out, I can like jump rope and do all these like burpees and do all these like things. So anyways, worked out and then did some more grading and then did a live about the NFL draft with David. And then I'm here. So my day is fine. I am not making the best adult decision right now because I could be probably like grading and like getting caught up, but my time is blocked right now to like not really do much. So it's like my time. David, who's your team? Who is your team? Oh, what the F is going on with us? Okay, it's back. Oh, I realize what's happening. I have opened a link that is sucking a lot of energy. And because of that, that's why I keep hearing that weird noise. Hold on, let me close. I didn't realize I had all these tabs open. Okay, cool. That should be better. Oh, the Bears. Cool. I think the Bears had a good draft. I mean, the Bears are one of those teams where like I said, they just have to prove it. I mean, I think the Bears want to be good. I think the Bears are trying. I think they have a solid quarterback and a solid receiver. So I think they're doing. I wonder how the Bears defense is going. How's the Bears defense? How's the usually the Bears defense is like really good. So but yeah. It's kind of funny seeing I feel like this time of the year everybody thinks like their team is going to the Super Bowl, which I think is like kind of cool. That we're in like this weird thing where like everyone's like, my team's going to the Super Bowl, or we're the best, or we're gonna win our division, or we're gonna be like this time of the year after the draft, right before spring training. I feel like everyone's super excited about their team and ready to go. And the reality is that everybody can't win and everyone's not going to the Super Bowl. But it's fun to see everybody get super excited about their team. It was a great second half of the season. Okay, that's good. To be honest, I was like secretly watching the Bears um to make sure that Justin Fields didn't get hurt because I was already campaigning for Justin Fields during the season. I did not think during the season that they were going to let Wilson go. And then when all that stuff started coming out about Wilson, I was like, oh my God, we can take Wilson. We'll gladly pay him minimal money. And then it just kind of happened. And then my life became complete. Okay, that was dramatic. My life didn't become complete. You know who else I'm interested to see is there's a lot of college matchups. I was looking at the schedule that I'm really interested to see because I can't wait to see how teams look. Like I'm interested to see how the transfer portal, because I feel like this is like the first transfer portal where it's been like a whole year of kind of craziness, as you will. Where like people leaving, every team has been impacted. Almost, I think now officially, because Clemson had somebody into the transfer portal. I think every team has had somebody into the transfer portal. I think the transfer portal is active per se, and so I'm interested to see football this year in this new like transfer portal era, because I feel like this will be the first year where it's like there was kind of no rules. Anybody could go at any time and you don't have to stay at a team for any certain amount of time. So I'm super curious to see how this transfer portal takes place this year. So yeah, I give Kirk Cousins 1 year. It's no way to bench a starting young Kiwi to keep playing. Yeah, I mean, here's the issue, and I said this before. Kirk Cousins isn't going to be available when the season starts. They said that he's not going to be available for at least, I think they said the first 6 games or first 8 games. He's not going to be available when the season starts. So when the season starts, you would think they would start Penix. So what happens if Penix goes 4-2? Do you pull him and then say, hey, thanks for getting us to 4-2, but now we have to play Kirk Cousins? Or do you let Penix keep playing? I don't know. I feel like they created a quarterback controversy when there didn't have to be a quarterback controversy. And they could have gotten another need that of somebody that like could have impacted. I don't know. I don't know what Atlanta was thinking. If you're an Atlanta fan and you're in the chat, can somebody tell me what Atlanta was thinking? Because I'm flabbergasted. I don't understand what they're doing or why they did it. I don't know. That was super weird to me. So I don't know if anybody in this chat is a well, it definitely created parity in college football. Teams were closer. Yeah, it did. It did. And that's my thing is like, that's why like I released my video today about like why I like the NFL over college. But one of the reasons why I like the NFL over college is because I'm a businesswoman. I like business stuff. I like seeing business moves and business decisions because I think business decisions aren't always popular decisions. And I like seeing how people are operating their businesses. And so I feel like every NFL team is its own separate business. Like I could assign a business to each NFL team because they kind of operate in their own way, right? Like some teams are building, some teams are operating like startups, some teams just keep swinging and missing. Like you can kind of associate each NFL team with a real business in real life, and they just operate on their own. And so I feel like college do that. The only thing is that there's so many different leagues, and so the rules are different, and college is nothing like the NFL. I don't care who tells you they're trying to create an environment that's similar to the NFL. College is not the NFL. They function completely different. And so I'm curious to see how this year impacts the parity in college, because I think it's going to end up being the haves and the have-nots, which I'm worried about. But at the same time, it kind of already was the have and have-nots, so that's not really like a shocking thing. Um, Keep playing Penix. Well, yeah, and then you keep playing Penix, and then you spent $180 million on what? That's why, like, listen, I never understood the Kirk Cousins pickup in the first place. Like, I made a video probably 2 or 3 months ago, and I was like, the Falcons are my sleeper team, and here are all the reasons why the Falcons are my sleeper team. And I talked about where they picked in the draft. I talked about their salary cap. I talked about their conference. I talked about their needs. I talked about all of these reasons why the Falcons were my sleeper pick. And then all the reasons that I thought were going to make them better, they just went out and threw them all in the trash. Like the draft pick didn't get any, like, I don't know what they did with that. Went out and spent all of this money on Kirk Cousins, like totally killing their cap space thing. Like everything they did went against all the things that I thought made them a positive landing space. So I don't even know what to think about them, honestly. Like I just don't know what to think about them. I will say that they created the storm. I mean, anybody that would pay Kirk Cousins $180 million on an Achilles that as of today doesn't work, and he's what, 35? I don't understand that. Nobody can ever make me understand why they did that. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think it's crazy. So here we are. I mean, I don't know. I also feel like there was a Falcons fan that actually argued with me that they got everything under control. Everything is good. They did everything they were supposed to do. And I'm like, did you though? But you know what? It's cool. It's cool. But did you really think they would have a good season coming up? Well, so here's the thing. Okay. Let's talk about this a little bit. Here is my reasoning. I'm going to talk like they haven't done anything. They had an opportunity to go get a quarterback. They could have went and gotten a quarterback, albeit draft or albeit wherever, right? But I didn't think they were going to spend all of that money on a quarterback. So I thought what they were going to do was either get a quarterback at 8, or they were going to get a solid defender, like a cornerback, because they need a cornerback. That's what I thought they were going to do. So in my mind, I was like, if you can go get a quarterback that's like on a rookie deal, I think a rookie deal quarterback is better than having a guy that you're paying $180 million to, because now you're lost that cap space. So I thought they were going to like get better at positions with all of the money they spent on Kirk Cousins. Then they're in the NFC South, which the NFC South is not a very good conference. So in my mind, I was like, they have a shot here. So they play Bryce Young. They play Carolina Panthers twice. They play Tampa Bay twice. And they play the Saints twice. And in my mind, I was like, if they can go make some subtle moves and make a big difference, they're going to be okay. And the other thing is, like, now I'm like putting my I'm not a Falcons fan, but like I watched a lot of Falcons games last year because I wanted to see Bijan Robinson. hook them. And they were in a lot of games last year. Like they were close to winning a lot of games last year. Their coach was an idiot. They got rid of him. They made some really dumb decisions late in the ball games last year, but they should have won more games last year. So in my mind, I was like, they're close. Did I think they were going to go to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. But I thought they were going to be better based off the tools and the salary cap, the early pick, the division they play in and stuff like that. So I thought the Falcons had a good shot to be decent. I don't want to say good. When I say like I think the Steelers are good. I think the Falcons were going to be decent. So like I think there's like tiers. I think there's like the really good teams that you can say like the maybe good isn't maybe like consistent teams. So like there's certain teams that like, Kansas City, the Ravens, the 49ers. There's just some teams that are kind of like, they're good. And then they're like great, right? They're consistent. They consistently win their division. They're consistently good. They're consistently there. And then there's kind of like the next tier of talent. And that's where I put the Steelers, where it's like, they're not exceptionally well. They just like win football games, just go to the playoffs, like similar to like Dallas. Like, they're just kind of, they're good. They're not great. They're just like good. And then there's teams that are like just decent. They're just decent teams. They have potential to be decent. And then I have my teams that I'm like, do you guys even ever care to win? Because this is stupid. So I thought the Atlanta Falcons were kind of going to take a step and be, a little bit better. But then they go out and do the dumbest things. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? They jumped the line too early before the draft. They could have waited until they could have and not only that, I actually thought they were going to try to get Justin Fields. Justin Fields is from Atlanta. I knew the Bears were interested in letting him go, but they didn't. Instead, they go get Kirk Cousins. I don't know. It was almost like, I feel like what happened with the Falcons is they hired Raheem Morris and they were like, who do you want for quarterback? And he was like, Kirk Cousins, and they went and got him. And God, that sounds gross, but I hope that's not true. But I don't know. I'll never understand why they signed Kirk Cousins. Well, no, okay. I understand why they signed Kirk Cousins. I don't understand why they paid him $180 million. I understand the pickup because they needed a quarterback. I don't understand $180 million. And then I don't understand, if you do that, then why you go get Penix in the first round. So there's a couple of things that they're doing that I just don't understand. I can't comprehend it. My little small brain can't comprehend it. Oh, and then in the press conference, you say that you went and got Penix because you didn't want to reach for a cornerback. So you didn't want to reach for a cornerback, which you need, but you reached for a quarterback that you didn't need because you just signed a guy at $180 million. Like, I don't know. And then Kirk Cousins, they weren't happy about it. So I'm just like, I don't know. So everything I thought the Falcons were going to be able to do, it's like they slowly just squandered away all of their great things. You know what I mean? Like they squandered away all of the things that I thought were going to make them good. Yeah, the Falcons, like, I just don't understand. That's what I said. Like, I don't pride myself on knowing everything, but I don't understand what the Falcons did. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't understand it. I don't know. And then everybody I've talked to, I'm like, hey, can you explain to me like what you saw? Like, am I not getting it? And nobody that I've talked to has been able to tell me what they're doing. And then a guy was arguing with me on Twitter and he said that I just don't understand. I can't understand because I don't know football. So I'm like, okay, so can you tell me how it's good? But of course he can't tell me how it's good because it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So I don't know. So that happened. They were desperate. Falcons could have waited. Not sure Kirk Cousins' market was that good. I agree with you. Yeah, so that's why for me, I'm just like, I don't understand what we're doing. But you know what else is crazy? Even if you had buyer's remorse with Kirk Cousins, why did you then go out and get Penix? It's like, I don't know. It's like if I worked out and I like worked my butt off and like had a great workout and I'm drenching sweat and I'm doing all this stuff. And then I like go to McDonald's and go get a Big Mac and chicken nuggets and eat it all. It's like, why are you working out? Like, how does that, what are you doing? They had a chance to fix it and they didn't. So I don't know what they have going on. I don't know. It does feel like a circus. Actually, very accurate. It definitely feels like a circus. And then and then they're like making, well, they're not making me feel dumb, but they're acting like what they did was okay. That's what's wild to me, is like the way that they're defending that decision is like, yeah, well, we didn't want to reach for a cornerback. Yeah. So this was the best decision. I'm like, what? What? So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't understand the point. I don't understand the why. I don't understand how that's going to help them moving forward. Um, but again, like, I don't know. I don't know. These teams do finally caught you. Hi, how are you? Well, welcome. I'm just blabbing. I'm not talking about anything. I'm just blabbing on whatever the chat asked me, but I'm very excited that you're here and I'm drinking my grapefruit juice. Um, some people would say, never mind, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I get live and then almost want to say the most inappropriate things ever, and I need to stop. So yeah, if somebody can understand and explain to me what Kirk Cousins is doing and why they decided to draft Penix, let me know, because I don't understand it. I don't understand it from a business perspective. I don't understand it in any perspective. So yeah, if anybody has any thoughts about that, like, let me know, because I'm curious to know what somebody else thinks. The other thing I found interesting in the draft too, was did anybody think the first day was like exhausting? All the commercials. They took 3 hours to get through 32 picks. I'm like, are we kidding? This is so ridiculous. The amount of commercials and the amount of crap I had to set through just to get to one pick. I'm like, name the guy. Like, why is this taking so long? I was so annoyed that it was taking so long. It was taking so long. I'm like, come on, like, finish this already. This is stupid. So anyways, so that's how I was feeling with that. I was over it. I was over it. But yeah, those are my thoughts from the draft. But anyways, anybody else have any questions that I can answer? Or does anybody else want to join me? I'll drop a link. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. Somebody sent me an email and asked me if I would talk about mental health on a live. And I'm not sure why they wanted me to talk about mental health on a live, but if you're somebody that is listening to this and you're struggling with your mental health, reach out to somebody and talk to them about what you're experiencing, because I have been there. I've been in situations where I wished that I could reach out to somebody, and I probably could have, but like I thought I shouldn't. So if you are somebody that's struggling with mental health, you should reach out to talk to somebody, and yeah, and tell your loved ones that you're struggling. Tell people that you love that you're struggling, because it sucks when you're struggling, and it's okay not to be okay. So if you are in here and you are the one that emailed me and wanted me to talk about mental health, I'm not sure what you wanted me to talk about specifically, but if you need to seek help, go seek help. If you need a therapist, go get a therapist. I always tell people therapy changed my life. And at any moment when I feel like I need a therapist, I go talk to a therapist. So, no judgment here. So if you just needed to hear that, that's the message is like, you know, um, go talk to a therapist because there is nothing wrong with a therapist. So what are you thoughts on the Packers pickups? Um, Green Bay did some good things. Let me find the list because there's two things I want to say, but let me just go look at the list. So the thing the thing that's interesting about the Packers is I never really know like what the Packers need. So I feel like there are certain teams that I watch more than others. Maybe it's because my region that I'm in. I don't know. But there are certain teams that I don't catch as much football as I do for other teams. But it looks like that the Packers like did a good job. I mean, it looks like they got some offensive linemen, some running back, some DB. So they just kind of got a little bit of everything. I think they did great. I think they did great. Oh, I didn't know they picked up Michael Pratt. I think they did great. I mean, it's kind of interesting. What did they get? 4 DBs? 1, 2, 3. They got 4 DBs. Good, because I think they needed them. So yeah, I mean, I think the Packers did a good job. You know what I always say is like, I don't expect good organizations. Okay, maybe not good at organizations. I don't expect good teams to do much in the draft, but like get guys that could eventually be good. Like, and I think the Packers did that. So I think it's good. Hey, Jin J, how are you? Jin J, have you seen Rose? I need to check on Rose. Cooper hit the portal, and all I thought about was like, I hope that Rose is okay. Um, from Birmingham, Alabama, was so excited. Yeah, yeah. I like seeing all of these guys get drafted. It makes my heart so happy whenever I see how happy they are. Like I love seeing people happy just in general and in life. And I'm like, in this moment, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like I think they said like less than 1% of people go pro or something like that. And if that's still the statistic, even if it's 2%, I don't care what percentage it is. Like it's such a big deal and seeing them happy and excited and emotional and jumping up and down. Um I get happy. I'm happy. I'm so happy for all of them. I'm even happy for the people that didn't get drafted but have a chance to go to rookie camp and like try to make a team. There's nothing better than seeing people achieve things. It's the best feeling ever. And so for me, I was super excited to see. Let's see. What do you think CU has to do for this season to be considered successful? Um, that's a loaded question. I think for me, success for CU, in my opinion, will be 6-6 and above and going to a bowl game. So 6-6 and above, I think is success. And I'll leave it at that. Haven't seen Rose. You know, she's sick. I know. That's the thing. Like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, Rose is going to be shook. Like, Rose is her, like, she was like, that was her guy. Like, I know. So I hope I can find her on live. I cut a few onions seeing those boys get pigs. No, like, seriously, anytime, you know what's funny is anytime you see people that are like being super stoic and acting like it's not a big deal and they're cool and they're like zipping up their shirts and trying to fix their stuff and they're trying to like be okay, and then their name gets called and then it's like they lose it, all of that composure and coolness and all the things they thought they were doing, and then they just realize like it happened. I love that moment. Nothing is better than seeing people happy. Matter of fact, public service announcement. If you are around anybody that gets annoyed when they see other people happy or other people living their best life, leave those people alone. Those people are not for you. So anytime, if you're around somebody that wasn't happy about somebody getting an opportunity, like leave them alone. Yeah, I was excited for Weaver too. Like, even though I wanted him to get drafted, like, listen, he has an opportunity. And you know what? What is the statistic? Like, 1% of people have that opportunity. Like, I am so happy for him that he gets the opportunity to go somewhere. Jordan Dominic got picked for Chargers. That's good. No, that's amazing. Listen, anytime you get a paycheck from the NFL, I don't care what capacity you get that check. I don't care if you came in as an undrafted free agent. I don't care if you went first round. I don't care if you only got it for a week. I don't care if you're on the practice squad. I don't care. That is an accomplishment because you're accomplishing a goal that a lot of people will never be able to accomplish. And that should be celebrated. And if anybody has, and if anybody's making fun of somebody that like goes to training camp or whatever, like, come on. That's a huge thing. I could probably name 45 people in life right now that would trade places with these guys for an opportunity. Are you kidding me? That's so cool. I'm good for them for going to rookie mini camp. Good for them for getting a jersey. Good for them for going to have that experience. Like, good for them for being able to go. Like, I love that. It's amazing. So I will always cheer. I will always cheer for people being successful. Always, 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 always. Actor, influencer. Exactly. Exactly. There is absolutely nothing wrong with practice squad. There is nothing wrong with getting that money. There is nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't care if they set me on the. That's it. You're a part of it. Here's the thing. There I I would I want to anybody that is in the chat right now that is a man, because obviously for women, we can't go to the NFL. I got it. But if you're a man and you're in the chat, let me know if you would be cool to just go to be on an NFL team. It doesn't matter if you saw a snap, just to be on an NFL team. Like, that's an opportunity. Being on an NFL team is better than sitting on the couch. Being on an NFL team is better than talking about sports. Being on the NFL, like, it's the NFL. That's the ultimate dream. So I don't know. I was on Twitter and some people were like, "Oh yeah, he didn't get drafted." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "And you were on Twitter. Like, stop. That's embarrassing. Stop doing that." Like, stop doing that. So it's just like, I just think people are so insecure with themselves and their lives that they're literally bashing people for going to chase their dreams. I'll never understand that. Like, I just know. Like, good for those men. I hope that they make it. And you know what? Even if they don't make it on the team they're trying out for, I hope they realize that there's 31 other teams that are also watching and talking about what they're doing at their respective teams. All of these teams are connected, and all of these teams are talking to each other. So they have an opportunity. I hope they take advantage of the opportunity and go be great. Like, can you imagine? People were like, how would you feel if Xavier Weaver came to the Steelers? I would feel great. If he can catch and he can help us win, yes. If Xavier Weaver comes to the Steelers and Mike Tomlin wants him on the team, you put him on the team. Like, yes. I don't care. Like, yes. I want anybody that's going to help us win. If you're going to help us win, you can be a part of my organization. That's just how I feel. So I don't like when people like talk about, oh, he didn't get this, he did this. Oh, he got invited to mini training camp. So like, so that's more than you got. That's more than you got as you're delivering the news to me. So stop it. Anyways. So that was my rant on that. It's like, stop it already. Just freaking stop. My whole screen just went black. I don't understand why. Oh, because my cord is loose. Let's see here. There it is. Um, yeah, exactly. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I've been on this rodeo before. What do I say? I don't trust these coaches. I trust zero coaches except for Mike Tomlin. He's the only coach that I trust. Nobody else. Okay. Sark, you know, he's earning my trust. Sark is earning my trust. I will allow him to earn my trust. I don't trust these coaches. You want to know why? Because they've proven to me that I can't trust them yet. I need you to be consistent with me, and they're not consistent. So I trust Mike Tomlin. So if Mike Tomlin says that he wants Xavier Weaver, then we're going with Xavier Weaver. It's that simple. It's that simple. Mike, I trust you. Sorry, I don't even call him Mike. I actually call him Coach T. Um, but you know, um, hold on. I think my Steelers are making a move. Um, I think my Steelers are making a move. You know what's weird is how uh only one I trust as well. Seriously. You can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody. You cannot trust everybody. What does it say? Zeno Prime is still the plug. Oh, here we go with that. Okay. Uh that we're gonna get this new what emoji is that? What emoji is that? Wrong answers only. But you got my boy Roman instead. Go blue. Yeah, yeah. I heard he was good. Yeah, I heard he was good. Only one I trust as well. Yeah, it's like, oh. No, so I had two different people just text me. Um, I think the Steelers are about to get a receiver. I had two. So the way that I work is like the way that I work, as if like I'm in this business, is whenever I have two different people that like don't know each other and like are complete opposites, and they're telling me similar things. I'm like, what? So we'll see. We'll see what my Steelers are doing. I mean, we need a second receiver. Bad. We need one. Um, I know this off topic, but how you feel about this Dion and Pilar and Sean? Um, listen, that's a family matter, and I'm going to leave it at it being a family matter. But I'm going to say this because I think both sides of this are wrong. And I think they have put their daughter in the middle of it. And I don't appreciate that. I feel like, and this is why I made my video in defense of Cormani, because as an adult, I'm an adult, I feel like my job as an adult is to have adult conversations with the other adult. I don't think it's fair when you put kids in the middle of adult stuff. And those are her parents. And I think Coach Prime said some things that Pilar didn't appreciate. And I think Pilar did some things that Coach Prime didn't appreciate. And I think they're both using the media to share whatever they're sharing. And so I think on both sides of the situation, I don't like it. And I think they both need to gracefully bow out and allow her to go do what she needs to do. That's all I'm going to say on that, because it's their family business and I don't want to be in their family business. Listen, I barely want to be in my own family business. Okay. Like, I like to mind my business, stay out of the way. I don't bother anybody. I don't, like I'm not, I, I got my own stuff going on, and it's like their family business. And I'm just saying, the way I was raised is when you have two adults and both of those adults are both parents, both of them need to do a better job at handling the situation. And they need to figure that out together without me knowing. Y'all go deal with it. Just go deal with it. And so that's what I feel like, is like, y'all just handle it. Take care of that crap. Because their daughter doesn't deserve this. Their daughter doesn't deserve to be in the middle of this. Their daughter deserves to go live her best life, to go play basketball, and to do what she needs to do. She doesn't deserve any of this. So they need to fix it, or just stop talking about it publicly. I don't care if they don't fix it. Just stop talking about it publicly. Salute almost 600 already. Woo! 600! That's so exciting. What should I do when I get to 1,000? I feel like I should do something when I get monetized, and I feel like I should do something when I get to 1,000. Anybody have any thoughts? Any opinions? As a man, I'm not another man's personal life with his. Exactly. It's messy. That's why I'm like, and they all just need to do, the adults need to act like adults, and the adults need to handle it so that I don't hear about it, because that's what adults do. Handle it. Period. Full stop. Go take care of that. Just go take care of that. I applaud Shalom. Yeah, same. It's same. Yeah, and it's just messy. And like I said, anytime, yeah, I just think that we should just not. Oh, should I have a party? Should I do a party, like a live party? A live party for being monetized, you think? I wonder if I'll get monetized before I have 1,000 subs, or if I'll get, I don't know. What do you all think in the chat? Do you think I'll get 1,000 subs or monetized first? I don't know. You know what's funny though is a pizza part. Oh my God, I love pizza. I love pizza. I love pizza. I think that, I don't know. I need to figure out something I should do. I love pizza. Oh my God. I feel like I love pizza, and you said that, but I don't know if I love pizza. But now I love pizza. When he was asked his opinion of daughter, he should have said it's free to make her own decisions or whatever. Exactly. That's why I'm saying, it's like no, like, as an adult, it's just like if somebody, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, I have a perfect example, and we can all relate to this example. It would be like if somebody asked me if I liked a certain YouTuber and I don't like them. And if somebody was like, "Oh, so what do you think about," I don't know, I'm making this up. What do you think about John Doe's YouTube channel? I have a choice in that moment. And my choice is to say, I don't know. I don't really engage with that channel. I don't know. Right. Or I could say, oh, that channel. Oh, well, I wish that channel would do their content differently. No, you just shut it up. You just say, I don't really know. And you move on. You let it go. Who cares? You don't have to say everything about everything. Sometimes you got to let things go. You just got to let it go. After you get 100 subs or 100,000. Yeah. I don't know. I think it would be cool. So I've been promising. So, like, by now, if you haven't been able to tell, like, I'm extremely extra. I pride myself on being extra. I pride myself on being extra and bougie. So my friend of mine, she's like, we need to make you an intro. And I said this on my last live, so I'm kind of repeating the story. And I was telling her, I was like, no, I'm not going to do an intro because I'm way too dramatic to do an intro. But the more and more I think about it, I'm like, it would kind of be cool to do an intro, but I'm not a serious person. Like I like to laugh, I like to joke. I have really dry humor. I'm also very straightforward, and so a lot of people don't understand my humor because it's so dry. But to me, some people in the chat know me pretty well. Like I don't take very much seriously. And when I do take things seriously, it's nothing like YouTube wise or anything like that. It's like student stuff or like other stuff. So like a lot of times nobody's really seen me serious unless you like I don't like a lot of people just haven't seen me serious. So I'm naturally goofy, but you can't tell I'm goofy unless you're like on these lives with me because you can't tell that from my videos. Because in my videos, I feel like I go back to like school mode and I'm like, okay, what am I trying to say? What's the story I'm trying to tell? Do I have my notebook? What do I want to say? Get the video out. And I'm like focusing on the camera and looking at the camera. And half the time I'm looking elsewhere because a lot of times where I record, there's an outside. And so when I'm out, so when I'm recording a lot of my videos, if you watch me, my eyes are going everywhere, and it's because I'm looking outside. I'm like, did that kid just fall? And so I'm naturally goofy. So that's why, like, for me, I don't know how to capture my real personality on like a 10-second or 15-minute intro. Um, so anyway, so that's like my whole thing with intro is like I don't know how to do it where it's like relatable. I don't know. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll think of something or something. Um yeah, but see my Instagram like that's the thing. This is YouTube. This isn't my real life. Like my real life is like a different my real life is a different script. My real life is fun and goofy and tons of pictures and tons of randomness and tons of like I don't know. My real life is like it's kind of like my YouTube. Like my YouTube is kind of like me. But it's not, you know? So there's like this weird dynamic where I'm like I am you don't get to see my personality in a 10-minute video. The other thing I thought about doing is on my videos because the truth is I don't really edit that much of my videos. I add like the cute funsy things, but I don't really cut up and edit that much. But what I thought about doing is maybe I can start leaving the stuff like edit the videos and like cut out the moments where I'm like, what am I saying? What did I just say? Why am I even making this video and like having those moments and have them be like at the end of my video is almost like, just like cute, fun little like moments or outtakes. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Your intro could be a cartoon of you. Um, you're from Texas, sis. I am from Texas. I am from Texas. You're bad and bougie. I'm not gonna argue with that. I will not argue. Make it snapshots of yourself. Yeah, I thought about that. So the other thing I am struggling with is, and I've said something similar is where I create content. Like I was going to like make the wall really fancy and like make the room like really nice. I don't like anything I'm finding on Amazon because everything I get's off Amazon because I love Amazon. So that's another issue I'm having is like, okay, I want to make this like cute little studio and it be like so cute. And then every time I get up there, I'm like, do I want to do blue or black or what do I want to put on the wall? So then I just don't do it and I don't do anything. So I'm just like, I just hit record on the camera and I just start talking. So I do have a video coming out about getting my PhD. Wait, is it about getting no, it's just like about my educational journey. So that's like a little bit more personal about like me and who I am. And like what made me me and what kind of degrees I have and why I got those degrees and stuff like that. But that I don't know when I'm going to release that video, but I have that video like a little bit more about my background. And I think that will be cool is just like letting people know like more about me because I think there's a lot of like misconceptions about me out there, which let's be honest, there's always going to be misconceptions about me and that's fine. But it's kind of it was cool to make the video because it was like a background about me. And it was the first time I was actually talking about myself in a video, because usually I'm talking about like other things or other people or other experiences. So it was cool to like talk about myself, which sounds totally arrogant and I don't really care, but it was fun to make that video. Um so yeah. And then I'm like, well, it's funny because I made that video. I edited that video. I don't know when I edited that video, but I have it in my phone and I was like, no one wants to hear like about my background, about my life. Like nobody cares. Um and then the other day somebody was like, "So what are your degrees in? Like what are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, you care. I'll release it and get one view for the one person that wants to watch about my background and about like my life and stuff like that." And also, if you can't tell, I have all of these quotes. The what's behind me are quotes. I'm a words girl. I'm a word like I like quotes. I like words. I like things like this like I'm all about quotes. So you'll see like a lot well, except for Adele. This is Adele, but everyone else over there is Black person. Um, I believe everybody back there is no longer with us. And so what I call it is like my inspiration wall. And so my inspiration wall is full of quotes by Black people that I respect, that I love, that I cherish. So that's what you're seeing behind me is just like quotes that inspire me and stuff like that. Um, so I don't know if you can like see them all, but that is what those are. So like I have Bob Marley, I have Martin Luther King, I have MLK, Muhammad Ali, Maya Angelou, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X. You can kind of see the Kobe picture. Nipsey is at the top that you can't really see. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So you have like Nipsey. You see another Kobe. You see a Black Lives Matter thing up there. So that's what that is behind me. It's like my motivation. And this is my office. So yeah, that's why that's there. But yeah, so that's what you're looking at behind me. And then obviously my books are over here. My dissertation is down there. So yeah, this is my office. This is my active space. This is my brainchild. This is like everything I had in my brain that I wanted to design is in this room. And then you can't see, but like my degrees and stuff are here. I don't post my degrees to view them publicly. I think that's not how I roll. So yeah, so this is like my little office. But yeah. So anyways, now I'm just talking about myself. What other questions do you all have? Y'all are sweet. Yes, we do. We care. Okay. And I'm going to release it. So tomorrow I have a transfer portal video coming out that will probably trigger some people. I don't know. My videos always trigger people. It's kind of interesting. And it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting to me sometimes. It's not interesting, but it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I have a transfer portal coming out tomorrow. I have a why I started my YouTube channel. I have some videos about racist stuff. So anyways, yeah. Thank you for everybody who's saying hit the like button. You're so kind. What do you think about the Dylan transfer? I think Dylan made the best decision for himself, and I'm proud of him I'm proud that he was able to make that decision for himself, even though he is leaving people that he's been with for a lot of his life. But I'm proud for him, and I'm proud of him. I also think that Kansas State is a great landing spot. I think that one thing that people will find watching the Big 12 is those backs that can like catch the ball out of the backfield and like be really dynamic and be really fast out of the backfield are usually the teams that do well in the Big 12 because that's super important. It's almost like the equalizer. Like if we say our offensive line and our defensive line is the same or whatever, comparable to each other, then the next thing you have to focus on is the running backs. And so I think it's a good move by Dylan. Good for him. I mean, he's going to Kansas State. Kansas State gets to play Colorado. So guess what? It is what it is. That's how sports goes. Great evening dream. You know what? You know what I honestly think it is? I think I have been triggering people my whole life. um, when I was a kid, I was extra sensitive. And my dad was like, stop being so sensitive, stop being so sensitive. And then once I got over being sensitive, I became very opinionated. Um, and when I was opinionated, my dad used to always say, if you have opinions, just be prepared for people to not like your opinions. And so from like 13, 14, and then like obviously like going through like middle school and being kind of awkward. And then I discovered my confidence. And then I took on this. I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to be me. And a lot of people aren't like that and they don't see people do that often. And I think that triggers them. I also think that sometimes that when somebody is telling you or when somebody is saying something that you might not be ready to hear or that you might not be ready to consume, you get triggered because you don't know what to do with that emotion. And you just don't know. So the other thing is too, like I've been to therapy, and one of the things that therapy teaches you is to know your triggers. And if you know your triggers, then you know how to respond when you get triggered. I don't think a lot of people have gone to therapy to realize what that trigger is telling them. So they don't know what to do with the emotion. So it almost comes out as a lash out at me because how dare me say something they don't agree with, or how dare me be objective, or how dare me do certain things. And so I think sometimes people just don't know what to do with me. And so I trigger them because they're not sure. It's like I don't fit in the box. I don't fit where they want me to fit. And then I don't shut up. And then I don't care that they're telling me to shut up. So there's like all of these dynamics happening. And I just think that people just don't know what to do with me. And when you don't know what to do with something, you get triggered by it. How do I know that? Because I've been to therapy and I've been the person that was triggered by something and I didn't know what to do with it. And my therapist was like, it's because you haven't explored that emotion. It's because you're triggered because that person is, or that thing is doing something that's making you feel insecure, and you need to own it and figure out why you feel that way. So that's why I think people get triggered. It is what it is. I'm just going to do my thing. So take it or leave it. That's what draws the views. Go for it. Says yeah, like that's the thing. I'm just going to, it's my channel. I can talk about what I want to talk about. That's it. I can talk about what I want to talk about and it's fine. And everything's fine. I also think I live in a world where multiple things can be true. I've made a video about this. I live in the gray. I always live in the gray. I can almost always argue both sides of anything. And I'm saying almost always because I'm sure there's something that I can't argue. I can't figure out what that is right now. But I am always in the gray. I think in the gray. I brainstorm in the gray. I pride myself on being in the gray. And because I pride myself on being in the gray, I'm very good at kind of writing this like in the middle where I can see different sides of stuff, because actually operating in the gray allows you to be objective. Operating in the gray allows you to like be able to critically think and to be able to reflect and to be honest and to be, you know what I mean? So I operate in the gray, and a lot of people just don't understand that because they don't operate in that way, which is fine. I'm not for everybody. I'll never be for everybody. Quite frankly, I wasn't made for everybody. So that's okay with me. That's totally fine. Actually, I'm going to make a video about that. It's going to be titled, I'm Not for Everybody. Because I'm petty. I'm going to make that video. I am not for everybody. Yeah. So that's why I think people get triggered. I don't really care. It is what it is. That's why sometimes in my videos, if you watch, like towards the end, like I know a lot of people don't make it to the end of my videos, but let me tell you something. Sometimes the end of my videos, like the last, especially when it's a long one, usually the last like 2.5 or so minutes are the minutes where I'm like, I don't care what you think. This is how I feel. If you don't feel the way I feel, I don't really care. Like usually the last 2 minutes, I don't want to say I'm going off, but I'm usually kind of being like, I don't give two fucks about how you feel. This is me. If you don't like it. so, um, so I always shine at the end. I always shine at the end of those videos. Um, and then somebody was like, somebody was like, why don't you ever show your full body? Why don't you ever show your full self? Here's the thing. You're on my YouTube. You've been on several panels and you haven't showed your full body. What am I going to show my full body? And I have a picture of my full body in my community tabs. So you can go see there. So whatever. It's like everyone's always trying to find something. Everyone's always trying to find something. Hook 'em. Dun, 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 dun. Also, unpopular opinion, CU needs to learn the fight song and the school song. And I don't care if people disagree with me. They need to learn the song. My throat is on fire. That ginger is on my throat. So yeah, I need them to go learn that fight song. I need them to go learn it. I don't care. Clap your hands and move your feet. I don't care. I need you to learn it. Hold on. I need to hold on. I need to type this. So yeah. People asking for full. I have gone back and forth about this. But if I ever showed some of the comments that I get, you would be flabbergasted. Like, you would actually be like, wait, they said what? It's wild. And YouTube does a really good job with like filtering out comments under my videos. Sometimes things get in, but they've done a really good job with filtering out some things. I don't think there's anything. I don't know, because at first I didn't realize there was the tab where there were like held comments. I didn't notice it. And literally one day somebody said something and they were like, your comments are on fire. And I was like, yeah, it's crazy, right? Like they're so annoyed with me because they think I'm race baiting. Like they're so bothered. And then my friend was like, well, yeah, it's kind of interesting that they think you're race baiting, but I didn't see a lot of rude comments. And they were like, are any of these comments held for review? And I was like, held for review? What does that even mean? So anyways, I had to learn that there was like a tab where you could hold where comments were held. So when I saw that tab and I clicked on it, one day I was like, oh, these are where all those comments are living right now. There's some wild stuff on there. You would be surprised. You probably wouldn't be surprised. Actually, that's actually the sad part, but here we are. When I was in college, we had to learn the song. My coach was not, no, seriously. You have to find ways that connect you together when you play sports. You have to be together, and you have to be together. And the best way to be together is to learn a song that brings you together, because you have to learn it together. Then you have to clap it together, and then you have to sing it together. And then it becomes almost like your battle cry. And then when you score, the song plays. And then when you yeah. I mean, I went to the UT spring game. What was that? 7 days ago? 8 days ago? I don't even know how many days ago. I kid you not. When I do certain things, I'm just walking around, especially like when I put this on today, the first thing that clicked into my mind was I could hear the band getting ready to play the school song, because they always go, hey, and that it's in my brain. It's like embedded. So it's like a part of the culture. It just is. And if you're a UT fan, it like, you know it. You know it. Eyes of Texas were coming on. Like it's just it's embedded in you. And so I think I think that cohesion is missing. And I also think it's super important as you start bringing in transfer portal people and as you start literally building a new team, start their tradition where the old guys have to teach the guys the song. And then if you make it to where the old guys have to teach the new guys, now they're bonding over something. Now they have something they're coming together to do. Now it's like a bond, right? It's like you can't get in until you know the song and you have to know the song. And then you have to perform the song at lunch or whatever, right? Like make it, I don't know, like make it a thing. Every time I think about this, I always think about Remember the Titans. Because remember how I Remember the Titans? Well, wait. Has everybody in this chat seen Remember the Titans? Because if you have not seen Remember the Titans, I mean, this is very important. This is very important. Has anybody in this chat not seen Remember the Titans? So on Remember the Titans, they were doing like team building stuff, right? And the whole thing was, and it was based on a true story, is like they weren't communicating. They weren't gelling. They weren't coming together as a team. Like, and the coach made them, and he was like, you need to learn. You need to learn who these people are. You need to learn about their families. You need to learn about what they do. Like, we have to come together. Like, this is how you play football. You don't play football like this, and you have this, and you have, no, like, you got to come together. So for me, I need them to come together for this fight song. Like, I need them to figure it out because it's really weird that they haven't figured it out. Like, I need them to figure it out. Exactly. Like, figure it out. Come together, learn the song. I don't care how corny it feels, looks, or whatever. Learn the fight song, learn the school song. You have all summer to do it. Period. Learn it. Just learn it. Have it be team building. Team building. And you're bringing in so many people that don't even know each other, that have whatever. So what is something what is a better grounding piece than the fight song? What is a better grounding piece and that's connecting us to this university and that's connecting us to things than the fight song? Learn it. Just sing it. I literally now have the Texas fight song and school song in my head just because I said the stupid thing the band says before they start. Oh. So anyways, that's how I feel about the fight song. I will get off of that soapbox because I get that it's not. Why, as I'm talking, is my hair getting worse? Like, how does your hair get worse? This is why I like braids. Everybody wants to know, why do you like braids? You have a lot of hair. Why do you like braids? You want to know why I like braids? Because when I have my braids in, when I'm just sitting here talking, my hair doesn't start flying all over the place. When I have braids, my hair stays in one spot, and it stays in the spot I put it in. This is not happening. This is not working. It's going everywhere. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I felt about the fight song. Sorry, very random. Make it like a fraternity. You're not singing the field until you know the fight song and say it. That's it. And you know how funny this could be? It could be a whole thing. Like this could be a whole like Operation Learn the Song. Like it's like it. I mean, listen. In every kind of thing that's like team, there's always something that kind of ties you. And there's always something that bands you together. And there's always something that has you moving in sync. And there's always a North Star for everybody. And right now we don't have it. We just have players going in and out, doing their own thing. Like that's not, no, like let's get that fight song. Let's get fired up. I would play Texas fight song, but I think it's copywritten. I would get a copyright strike if I play a freaking fight song. That's where we're at in 2024. Navy SEALs take their creed seriously. You're not getting on a Navy SEAL team and understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there is stuff that binds you. And we don't have that right now. We just don't have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want us, listen, I've said this 1,000 times and I'll probably say it 1,000 more times. I just want to win football games. I just want to win football games. Do I think you will win a game because you know a fight song? No. You will not win a game because you know a fight song. Absolutely not. You will not win a game because you know a school song. Absolutely not. But you know what you will do is you will have something that binds you together. And it's almost like when a fighter, this is dramatic, but you know how like when a fighter hears like their walkout song or hears their school song or hears something that like triggers them or like whatever, like what does CU have right now that can get everybody under the same umbrella? Anybody, somebody in the chat, tell me. Somebody in the chat that is annoyed with me right now, that is triggered by me, that I'm saying that CU needs to learn this fight song. Tell me 2 things CU has that connects them right now. That is like, we're on the same level. We're on the same team. We're on the same playing field. The only thing they do the same is their jerseys and uniform. That doesn't count. What is something tangible where they can come together and be like, this is our thing. This is our moment. Hand in hand. Like what? Hand in hand's kind of weird for guys, but you got what I'm saying. Where is that thing? I want to see it. It's the fight song. It's the culture. This is the problem, GOAT. They don't care. They should care. This man said NIL checks. Lord. So here's the thing. Yes, some of them are getting NIL checks, but that's not cohesion because some of them are getting larger checks than others. There's like, that's the thing. It's like other teams are buying fights. Like, yeah, it's like, what, like, let's just bring us together. Let's just bring us together. And here's my other thing. This hair. Oh my God. You know what? Next time I'm going to show up in a bonnet. If I show up in a bonnet, some of you are going to lose your freaking minds. But the other thing, I'm just going to talk like this. The other thing is what is the harm that could come from not knowing the fight song? Because that's how I stay in the gray. You want to know how I live in the gray? This is how my brain works. This is how my crazy brain works, right? Okay, this is how it works. If you say to me, they don't need to sing, they don't need, like, the fight song is not going to help them win games. The fight song's not going to help. Okay, cool, great. But what about the opposite side? Like, what can the fight song let them do? What can the fight song bring to them? How can the fight song bring them together? It's like there's 2 sides to this. What is the harm in learning the fight song? It's crazy because at Jackson, they knew the school song. Yeah, sing it. We only sang the fight song on the bus after one. No, we used to too. Like, we used to get back on the bus. We used to like, wait, do I still know my high school fight song? I think I do. Oh my God, I still know my high school fight song. You know what else is crazy? I remember my elementary school song. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Something wrong with me. That's wild that I still remember those songs. I just sang the whole song in my head. Like, I still remember that song. That's wild. That's wild. I just had a flashback. That's wild. These kids today don't have passion for nothing. They just want to check. But that's the thing. Then you had, like, listen. Okay. I don't do this often. I'm going to compare Colorado to the University of Texas. I'm going to do it. I know. And I don't do it often, but I have to do it. Do you think for 2 seconds, that the Texas football players are passionate about the school song and passionate about the fight song? No. Like, I think passion means like you feel it and you live it. And listen, some of them might be. That is fantastic for them. But we have transfers too. We have transfers that have come from Alabama. We have transfers that have come from Um, Arizona, we have transfers too. Do I think that every single Texas Longhorn football player cares about the fight song and the school song? Absolutely not. They don't. They don't care about it. They're not passionate about it. But you know what they do when that school song comes on? You want to know? As soon as that school song, I'm telling you, literally, this is what happens. The band goes, hey, yo. And after you hear that, as a Texas fan, you know what you do? You put your horns up and you just ride it out and you just listen. It is what it is. Some of us sing, some of us listen. Most of the players are listening and laughing and swaying and they're enjoying the moment because that's what you do when your school song comes on. It doesn't mean like you don't have to feel like passionate and moved and connected and all of those things. I'm not asking for that. All I'm asking for is something that ties people together. Because as soon as I hear the hey, you go like this and you put up your longhorns and you listen to the song and you just let it be. And at the end, you go like this and the song is over. It's just like USC. As soon as USC's song comes on, you want to know what they do? They get their fingers up and they're ready to go. And they're ready. And that's the song. And here we go. Every time. I know the USC fight song. You want to know why I know it? Because they play it all the time. And this is what they do. Like, it's simple. This is so simple. And every other school does it too. So that's why I'm just like, I just think that they would benefit from it. I'm going to get off the soapbox because I've been talking about it now for 20 minutes. Feels like it. But I just think they could benefit from learning the fight song and learning the school song. Make it fun. Make it interactive. Make it creative. Spend some time. Learn it. Why not? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Any other questions that I can rant about for the day? Any other questions? But that also ties into some period of time that involves alumni leading by example. How does Coach Prime translate? I don't know. That's what I'm just saying. Like, and it's this is kind of an interesting topic though, because I feel like people go one way or another pretty strong. And I don't think we have to do that. Like, I think that we can it's almost like if you expect more than what you're getting, you're being a hater or you're being this or you're being that. And it's like, it's not that. It's not that. I can expect more. Listen, you want to know what I do when my friends aren't giving me what I think that they can give me? I ask for more. You want to know the people I love when I feel like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing? I ask for more. You want to know what happens when I feel like somebody is slacking and not doing the things they're supposed to be doing? I let them know. I give them feedback. Do you want to know what happens when my friends see me and they think I'm slacking and they think I'm not doing something right? They give me feedback. Like, this is life. You give people feedback. It's okay. We're not all perfect. One of my friends loves to watch my videos. I kid you not. She watches every single video I have, and she will send me a text message, and she will say, all right, this was a good video. Okay, I'll give it to you. Or she'll go, next time, can you stop moving your hand so much? It's so distracting. Or she'll go, okay, in this video, your posture was terrible. Or she'll go, did you not see that piece of hair sticking up? Why couldn't you fix it? My point is, people that love you and support you give you feedback. That's part of love and support. It's feedback. It's okay. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. And then, like, on one of my videos, I can't remember which video. The outfit I was wearing, she liked it. And she was like, okay, the next time you wear a cute outfit, you at least have to show the whole outfit. Like, why are you wearing cute outfits to make videos and you're not sharing the whole outfit? And it's like, the fact that she's so invested is real. I love that. Like, I love that. And that's the thing about me is like, I always say my circle's small. My circle is so small because my people keep it real. Like, they're going to tell me, like, when I make a video and they think it's full of crap, you know what they're going to do? Why are you sending, like, you're full of crap. Do you really believe this? Let's talk about it. What do you mean? What did you mean when you said this? What did you mean? Like, those are my people. I love them. I love that feedback. I love that. And like that's how I roll. So if I live that in real life, when I make videos, I have to be that person too. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to be objective. I'm always going to be in the gray. And if I see bullshit, I'm gonna call bullshit. That's just how I am. Like, and I that's just how I am. Bullshit's bullshit. Just is. Call it. I don't care who is doing it. It's like if it ain't it, it ain't it. I mean, it's just not. So that's what I'm going to do. And I get that for some people it makes them uncomfortable because you shouldn't challenge certain things. You should accept certain things. You should do certain things. Everything's fine. No, 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 no. This is about feelings. This is about for real. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to make you better. So, anyways, I just want us to do better. I just want us to do better. That's it. I just want us to do better, and I just want us to be okay with feedback, and I just want us to be better with understanding things. Yeah, they have legends like Shador and Travis Hunter, and do they know the fight song? They should teach it. If they know the fight song, Shador should take offense, and Travis should take defense, and they should teach their respective people the fight song. That's a perfect idea. It's actually brilliant. They should teach each other the fight song. Why not? What do you have to lose? So that's how I feel about that. So yeah. Any other questions, comments, concerns, thoughts? Anything else I can rant on that you would love to hear me rant about? They know the lyric to Lucy. That's cute. This is a good question. What is your video schedule? You know what? I need to get on a schedule. I need to be so the truth is I don't have a schedule. I need a schedule. What I try to do though is like if I have a video that I'm going to release, I try to release it by noon. So it's like if you don't have a video from me that's released by noon, I'm probably not going to release a video. I think the problem is that sometimes I want to make content that's like for example, I'm making this up because I didn't do this. But let's say Dylan enters the transfer portal and I have thoughts about it. I didn't have any thoughts about it, so I didn't do a video. But let's say Dylan entered the transfer portal and I have thoughts. Like I want to be at a space where I can make a video about that and then release it because it takes me about an hour to make a video. It takes me about an hour to make it, an hour to edit it. It takes me an hour to make a video. It takes me probably 15, 20 minutes to record it. I usually wait and give it some time to set, and then I'll come back in, and it usually takes me about 15, 20 minutes to edit, and then I can release it. But the problem is, and not just for CU, like if something happens in the NFL, like something happened in the NFL with the rule change, and that day I was able to make a video, edit it, release it, and got it out within an hour. So it's kind of like a weird thing about my scheduling because I don't know what my schedule is. So what I like to say now is like, I hope to release Monday through Friday, at least one video a day. That's probably not real, so don't count me on that. But I need to do better at coming up with the schedule. So you know what? I will come up with the schedule. How about that? I'll come up with the schedule. And if anything that is news that comes out that I want to make a video about, I will. Because I always say I don't want to make the new, like my job isn't to break the news. I don't want to break news. I just want to share my thoughts from a different perspective because I usually see things different than a lot of people. And I like to give my thoughts on the things that happen. So that's that. Let's see. Tina Cole, stop. Stop. Can you imagine if they did that? People in Colorado would lose their shit. Shador is the best player to ever see you. What a perfect person to learn that fight song and start teaching. First time at your show, and I guess I need to go to choose. Hey, Studio One, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Usually people want to come talk to me, but what's actually funny? So listen, I listen to like 2 shows now. And I listen to the shows and everybody like wants to come up and talk to people or whatever. People like a lot of people come here and they just want to hear me talk. And I don't know if you really want to hear me talk, if that's a real thing, or if you just don't want to talk to me. So it's like either do you want to just hear me talk and you don't want to come up and talk to me? Or is it that you're like, she's crazy. Like, I don't want to talk to her. Like, she'll figure it out. She'll go on a rant about something. Let's just let her be. It's just funny because I feel like there's been a few lives where I'm just like up here by myself talking about whatever. So, and I don't care either way. So it's like, I'll drop the link, but everyone's like, and then I'm like, okay, well, ask me questions. So then I just answer questions from the chat. So I will just answer questions from the chat. It is what it is. Thanks for saying you enjoy my voice. I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel like it's annoying. Yes, T. Nicole is out here. I just can't. Okay, I respect that. Yes, you have interesting perspectives, but I have time since it's football season. Yeah, I think that's true too. So it's interesting. So I always say, so my goal is to get my videos to like 10 minutes, give or take a minute or two. I struggle sometimes with rambling and really making my point. That's why I said at the end of my videos, like if you ever see a video that's like longer than 10 minutes, just know the last 2 minutes, I'm probably talking shit. Or I'm probably like in the last 2 minutes, I'm probably just like, whatevering. So I'm also learning and figuring out like what I like to do and what makes sense and how I'm doing it. I personally love football off season. Obviously like I like when it's in season. Like I got it. I like when it's in season, but I like off season because I like watching the building process. It goes back to like my love for business. I love watching things develop. I like watching how things are going to evolve. I like seeing how I feel now and then like seeing how I feel over time. And so I like this development piece, but I think sometimes everybody like the tide swings so much that for me, I'm just like the same thing today is going to be the same thing tomorrow. So what are we panicking about? Like, almost everything is what you know. So any way that it swings is just what it swings. Like every time somebody enters the transfer portal, people are like, oh my God, he's entered the transfer portal. Or they're like, oh, we don't need him anyway. You know what I mean? Like it's always, we don't need him. He's great. Oh my God, he's a walk-on. Oh my God. It's like, there's always something. And then when we get somebody, everybody we get is amazing, right? Like everybody we get is going to be amazing. And so there's such this like big variation that I try to just kind of be right in the middle. And it's like, it's all the same. Like who we get, who goes to meet, it's all the same. It's all part of the process because I like this process. I like off season. I like watching the building and the shaping and the figuring out things. But yeah, I do have a video dropping tomorrow about the transfer portal. But it just kind of is what it is. It just kind of is what it is. Sometimes people don't have time to go online. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, were you here, Peter, when I was like just up here talking and I was like, does anybody want to join? And people were like, I would join, but I prefer to listen to you talk. I'm like, okay. All right. Y'all know probably don't know he came with a football alumni. I mean, I hope so. Oh, this was a swing it over here, shorty. That was a vibe. That was a vibe for real. Back in the day? Yeah. That was back when I used to go to the club. I wish I would go to a club right now. Are you kidding me? I would be asleep. Or I would be the person in the club that's like, my ears. Oh my God, my ears. I'd be in there like, do we have to be this close to the speaker? I could be asleep right now. Um, I would be terrible. I'd be terrible. I can't think of the last time. When was the last time listen, I barely go outside, okay? Like barely. When was the last time I went to a club? I don't even know the last time I went to a club. That's how you know it's been a long time. Um, God, when was the last time I went to a club? I don't even know. I feel right. Like I'd be like, oh my God, my ears. Why is this so loud? And then you know how you leave? Well, when you leave and like you can't hear because you've been too close to the speaker and you're like, what? I can't hear you. That'd be me. Wait, what is Peter saying? Almost everyone that committed this week has 2 years of eligibility. Are they going to learn the fight song and school song? Are they going to learn the fight song and the school song? Mm. Listen, I might have to make a video about the fight song. Here's the thing. If I make a video about the fight song and the school song, just like everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, what does she know? She's a Texas fan. She doesn't know anything. You know how this goes. I might make a video about it. Who knows? Who knows how I'll feel? You can kind of tell by how petty I was that day, depending on what video comes out. Kermani not getting those offers. I wouldn't believe everything that you don't hear. I'm just gonna say that. I wouldn't believe everything you don't hear. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. I don't know what you're laughing at, but I'm sure it's some crazy that I said. If they are trash, it shouldn't matter. Let's see. What other comments do we have? Oh, y'all are talking to each other. He hired Lewis Herbold, who bought Edwards and groomed him. He lost Carmani. Seaton already looks bad. Hopkins, Dawson, and force talent. Alton, Ilkeson. Oof. Brutal. Brutal. I just want to say something in defense of Seaton. He's a freshman. I personally believe that playing offensive line, especially a left tackle, is probably one of the hardest jobs to play in college as you're learning speed and stuff like that. So I just want us to show Cormani. I just want us to show Seaton a little bit of grace because I think he's going to be fine, but he's going to be up and down. Like he's not going to be Mr. Consistent because I just don't think he's going to be. If he is consistent, great. But let's just give Seaton some time and let's remember that he's a freshman. So let's just give Seaton a little bit of grace because he's a freshman. He's a true freshman. He was literally playing in high school last year. So let's just give him a little bit of grace. Let's just give him a little bit of grace. Kermani went as well. Nah, he's not going to have to do that. No comment about Cormani. Did you speak about Dylan in K-State yet? I stepped out. All I said about Dylan at K-State is Dylan is perfect for Kansas State, And Dylan is I think he went to a perfect place. Um, I think Dylan went to a perfect place where he can use his skills and abilities. And I think Kansas State will use those skills and abilities, because one thing about the Big 12 is you need people that can make that can that can be dynamic in the run game. That's not just a running back that can catch, the ball out of the backfield and different things like that. So I think Kansas State will use him correctly. So I think it was a good move by Dylan. And again, I'm a player's girl. Like I'm a player, like I'm most of the time I'm riding with the players. When I used to coach, I was a player's coach. Um I I think the players often get the shaft of this business because the players don't get to control the real narrative. The players are always victim to whatever narrative gets out about them. Because of that, I'm usually always going to default on the player. So I'm always going to want the players to want what's best for them. I'm going to want the players to hold out if they feel like they should hold out. I'm going to want the players to make the best decisions for themselves, because if these coaches had the opportunity to make the best decisions for themselves, they would. So I'm always going to go in defense of players. That's always going to be kind of my first line of defense, because they're also the young men. And so I'm always going to usually jump that way. So I just want to say that. But I think Dylan did what Dylan needed to do. Best of the best for corners uses. Yeah, I heard that. I heard about his mentor living in Tampa. I heard that. Fan base is not looking at Seton as a freshman. Well, he's a freshman. And if you're listening to this live on the replay or whatever, Seton is a freshman. And he's going to not look good sometimes. And other times he's going to look sensational. And then other times he's not going to look good. And other time, like he's going to be up and down. Just remember to show Jordan Seton some grace. He is a freshman. He needs grace. We have to be mature enough as adults to show Jordan Seton some grace. He's learning. He will get better. He's going to continue to get better. But some moments, some series, some plays probably won't look good. It's just not going to look good. And that's okay because he's a freshman. And he's going to be playing with his childhood friends. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be playing with his people. It is what it is. I totally agree with Dylan's move. Just because you see you're in prime doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. Exactly. And I also think that I've left jobs, I've left relationships, I've left situations, I've left different things because it didn't work for me anymore. It didn't fit. It wasn't for me anymore. And that's okay. Sometimes everything isn't for you. It doesn't mean that you're a terrible person. It doesn't mean they're terrible people. It just means that everything isn't for you. And that's okay. I feel like we were more accepting of people doing what's right for them. Even if you don't like it, you don't have to like it, but they're doing what's best for them. And I can appreciate that in any human being doing what's best for you. Well, how protected or do you not show him? No, I know. And that's why, and it's like, here's the thing. If we're honest with ourselves, we all know that on some way, shape, or form, certain people are getting protected in well-off videos. It's not just Jordan Seton, but Jordan Seton's one of them. Certain players are getting protected. Certain players, you'll probably never see them have a bad rep. You know what's actually interesting? I feel like I listened to Bucky on a Twitter space like a month ago, I feel like it was, or like 6 weeks ago or something like that. And he said that. So there's a lot of players that have bad reps and bad moments that we're never going to see them. But don't forget who these people are. They're going to have bad moments. They're going to have bad situations. They're going to mess up. He is a true freshman. Jordan Seton is going to mess up. Travis Hunter messed up last year. Travis Hunter wasn't a true freshman, and he messed up last year. And you know what? The fan base showed him some grace, gave him all the excuses in the world, and made it okay for him. Okay? Do that same thing for Jordan Seaton. Give Jordan Seaton time to figure it out. And he's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. And if he is listen, if Jordan Seaton is perfect this year, if he's perfect, they need to pay that man like $1 million or something crazy. They need to give him an astronomical amount of money to be at left tackle as a true freshman and be good. They like it. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's. I don't see him being perfect. He's going to make some mistakes. As a fan base, we need to show him some grace. That's all I'm saying. So let me get off my Jordan Seaton soapbox. But you know what? I will defend offensive linemen probably more than any other position. Sometimes I defend kickers. Sometimes it's kind of a weird thing. You said I was just saying like they should like double it. Whatever, if they're already paying Seaton $1 million and Seaton comes out looks like a rock star this year, they need to double it because he will be probably one of the only ever that has come out his freshman year and been perfect. So that's what I'm saying. Like if he comes out and he's perfect, they need to double whatever it is they're paying him. Whatever it is, you double it. That's just how I feel. But yeah. Any other questions? I've been on I said I was going to be on for an hour and then I just get on here and I start ranting and then I'm like going on and on and on about things that nobody I don't want to say nobody cares about, but just going on and on and on. Every time I'm live, I check and make sure my students haven't messaged me. Nope, nothing's here. Any other questions, comments, concerns, or anything you want my opinion on that I can answer for you? Because if we know anything about me, you're going to get my opinion. Might not like my opinion. You might not want my opinion. Or I don't know, but I'll give it. If you ask it, I'll give it. Before I end this live. Buffington Prime said Tyler Johnson was a dog. Never seen a senior as a backup that was a dog on a losing team. That's a good point. That's a good point. It's valid. Very valid. As soon as I was like, students haven't messaged me, I'm like, I get this random email. So sometimes they panic on certain days. It's like I could almost call it like clockwork. But we're good. Has anybody entered the transfer portal since I've been live? Has there been a Steelers trade since I've been live? Let me check and see if there's been a Steelers trade since I've been live. Has there been a Steelers trade? I hate it when, so we've gotten like a couple of players. Obviously the draft was this weekend. And I hate when people are like, "Oh, we got this linebacker. I don't even know his name at this point. I'm just going to be honest, I don't know his name. And he's a linebacker and he's white. So everyone's like, "Oh, he's going to be like Luke Kuechly." I'm like, "Oh my god. Why are we doing this?" So it's like I hate when like people get drafted to your team and then people are like, "Oh, he's going to be the next Hines Ward or what." I'm like, can we just let these guys be phenomenal? Like I don't like that we have these comparisons because like A, sometimes they don't live up to those comparisons, but B, like, I don't feel like it allows them to be them. It like puts them in this like weird box of like how they should be. And I don't like it. And I wish that we would stop. We're not going to stop, but I wish that we could stop, because saying that somebody is going to be like a Luke Kuechly, I'm like, come on, y'all. Luke Kuechly. Like, really? Like, come on, Steelers Nation. Like, we're better than that. He's like, I don't even know this guy's name. But whatever. Like, even like, listen, I'm not saying that he's not going to be Luke Kuechly. I'm just saying, I feel like we always reach for these like dynamic big statements, and it's like everybody doesn't have to be amazing. Like, everybody, even, I mean, if you go look at the best football teams, if you go look at Georgia and you go look at Alabama, all of those players didn't make it to the draft. Every single guy on every single team that's amazing didn't make it. So that means everybody's not fantastic. Some guys are just average, and that's okay. That's okay. Fill a gap, make a tackle. That's okay. You don't have to be Luke Kuechly. But Jesus. I'm like, Steelers fans, can we not do this? And then, you want to know what makes it worse? Here I'm on another rant. Here we go. You know what makes it worse? I think they have like a video of Luke Kuechly talking about this guy, and now everyone's like, oh, see, even Luke sees it. I'm like, what do y'all want Luke Kuechly to say? Do you want Luke Kuechly to come out and go, oh, you know what? I don't think this kid's anything like me. No. You know why he's not going to do that? Because it's about protecting the player. He's not going to do that. He's going to come out and have an interview and do whatever. Like, come on. He's not Luke Kuechly. Like, that's so dramatic. He's Luke Kuechly. Like, are we kidding? Are we kidding? Luke. What does this say? Do you think Travis Kelce's contract is too low? 2 years for $34 million. That's it? Oh, well, how much is guaranteed? How much of Travis Kelce's contract is guaranteed? $2 years. That's a ton of money. How much is guaranteed? Do we know? Because if so what is that? 34 divided by 2 is what? 17. So it's $17 million to play tight end. How old is Travis Kelce? $34. No, I think I don't know. How much is guaranteed? Hold on, let me see if I can find how much is guaranteed. How much is guaranteed? How much is guaranteed? I need to know what the guaranteed number is. I need to know how much guaranteed money it is. But I think the contract is, I think it's right where he's supposed to be. He's 34. And it looks like the contract is through 2017. So what is this? 2014. So 14, 15. 16. Yeah, no, it's not too much. I think it's perfect. I think he's the highest paid tight end, I think. And he is into 2027. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Yeah, no, I actually, you know what's actually funny? I actually think it's a perfect contract for him. He's 34. So he's going to make $17 million, which I think is going to make him the highest paid tight end, if not one of the highest paid tight ends. And he's earned that. And he's getting older. And yeah, no, I don't think it's too much. I think it's right where he's supposed to be. If I was playing GM, I would make him the highest paid tight end and I would front load it. And on the back end, I would have it tail off to be a little bit lower as he gets older. But I'll give him that money up front. It's fine. I mean, he did his job. He did his job. I think he did the right thing. I think that's a good one. But yeah, he's the highest paid. Yeah, he's earned it. I think he should be the highest paid. I think that's a good deal. I mean, I don't think he's going to make it to 2027, but you know how that goes. I think it's a good deal. I think you front loaded. I like it. I like it. Good for him. Any other questions before I end the live? Thank you all for listening to me blab. Thank you to whoever's listening that doesn't want to comment and engage with me. I appreciate you too. You are appreciated just as well. If you just have me playing in the background, you have other things going on, I appreciate you too. Also, if you haven't already, go start from the beginning of all the videos that I have and hit play and just let all of my videos play so I can get my watch time up. I would appreciate that. If you're listening to this live or if you're listening to this late, you have nothing else to do. You don't even have to listen to me talk. Just go hit play. Just listen to all of the videos I have. so I get those watch time hours up. I think I'm going to have a monetized party and 1,000 subscribers party, but I don't know how those things are going to be different from each other. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do that. But I will think of something. And I heard the message on intro. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I need to think of something. I probably should have my UT gear in there somewhere. I love this thing. It's comfy. It's super comfy. Anyways, anybody have any other questions? Or if you don't have any other questions in a minute, I will end the live and I will go fix my hair that's driving me insane because it will not stay up. And I'm happy for Travis. I'm happy for Travis Kelce. Yep, 30. He gets 17 million. Woof. But you know what? The Chiefs wouldn't be the Chiefs without Travis Kelce. And I don't know did they draft another tight end? I don't even know if they drafted another tight end. And if they didn't draft a tight end, that was a mistake. I hope they drafted another tight end so they can kind of get that tight end ready, especially if you drafted a tight end and you kind of have him playing under Travis Kelce and you get him ready to go. By the time Travis Kelce is done, you already have another guy there waiting. So, Dewey, did you see that Michael Gallup signed with the Raiders? Do you like the Michael Gallup trade? Yeah. Why are my glasses all of a sudden foggy? Life is weird. His contract was redone. Oh, wait. His contract was redone. It's not through 2000. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, he definitely deserves that. Yeah. He definitely 100%. He deserves that. Because yeah, I mean, he $17 million a year, highest paid tight end. I mean, and the tight ends that are even close to him are babies. So yeah, I mean, he deserves that. Good for him. Good for Travis Kelce. Doesn't matter what I think about Travis Kelce off the field, but and I hardly ever cheer for them, although I will be cheering for them this year because of Worthy. Okay, I probably won't be cheering for the Chiefs. I probably will be just cheering for Worthy to do well. But that's awesome. I love that. I actually love this deal. I love this deal. I like it. Yes, ma'am. If we can get a young QB. Yeah, seriously. I like the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to just um kind of hang, if that makes sense. Like they're not going to be the best team. They're probably not they might be the worst team, but I don't know if they'll be the worst team, but I think they're just going to they'll figure it out. Like I think the Ravens will figure it out. CU record next season with new additions. I don't want to answer that. I don't want to answer. I don't want to answer. Oh my gosh. Oh. You know what? I've said 7-5. I made a video 7-5. I don't want to say 7-5. I'm not moved right now. Ask me that question in a few weeks. I'm just not moved. What I saw in the spring game didn't move me. What I've seen in the transfer portal hasn't moved me. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. I yeah. I just spring game scared you. Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's like I know it's a spring game and I know for spring game your expectations are like not very high because it's a spring game. And I understand that, but I just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um I don't know. I just I yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So, I can I just also say something that also is a problem? They're gonna win the Natty in a game of touch. Yeah, that's about how it looked. Um, Floorable Big 12. Like that yeah, I couldn't really do here, okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave the live. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna state my opinion, and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm out. And then no one's gonna be able to say anything else. Here is my issue. It The reason that we had to play a 7-on-7 is concerning. It's concerning to me that players are so injured that they can't play in a spring game. It's concerning to me that we are not tackling when we were bad at tackling last year. It's concerning to me that we had a guy that was playing running back that is not even a running back was able to get yards. It's concerning to me that on the first 3 games of the opening drive, Shador technically got sacked twice. It was concerning to me that I heard we were doing 3rd and 15. It was concerning to me that we actually couldn't do a real game. It was concerning to me the way things were structured because anytime you have to structure things in that way, that lets me know something is not right. Because if you're not even able to play a game because you don't have enough bodies, I'm concerned because why don't you have enough bodies? Why are so many people in the transfer portal? Why are so many people getting hurt? And why can't you structure this like a real game? Why do we have clown scoring? Why do we have scoring that is not real? You're doing all of that because there's something to be hidden. And that is what makes me nervous. The hidden things make me nervous because if it was a real game and a real whatever, there would be first team versus second team, line it up and let it ride. Do whatever you got to do. We didn't have a running back. People are entering the transfer portal. People are doing all these things. To me, you all know how I feel about this. To me, that screams instability. And you know how I feel about instability. I like safe. I like stable. I like foundations. I like consistency. I like certain things. And when I don't see that, and when I see clown scoring, and when I see a running back or a guy that's not even a running back, a guy who has the ball that's running and on a defense, that second team, where is he? Why was he able to get away and run like that? Why was he able to do that? It didn't look good to me. It just didn't look good. It didn't look like a game. It looked like we had zero structure. And when you don't have any structure at a spring game, I am concerned. I'm concerned. So we can sugarcoat this and we can make it look okay. And we can say, well, it's fine. We have Shador. It's fine. We have this. It's fine. We have it. It's not fine. It's actually not fine. And we have to stop assuming this crap is okay. It's not okay. It's not fine. It's not. So if you want to know how I felt about the spring game, I'm concerned. And I don't care how many people you bring in and out of this. I can't shake what I saw on Saturday. What I saw on Saturday was not good. So we can act like it was fine, and we can act like it was good, and we can act like everything is okay, and we can act like what we saw didn't happen, but it happened and it was not good. It wasn't good. So let's ignore it, and let's ignore that even happened, and let's say they didn't tackle because they didn't want to get hurt, and it was raining, and we've seen other spring games in the rain, but for CU, it's okay. You don't have to play in the rain. It's okay for CU not to play in the rain. It's okay for CU to have clown scoring. There were so many CU fans every freaking weekend. They were waiting for a team to have a spring game so that they could talk trash about that team's spring game, so they could talk bad about how they looked. They did it with Ohio State. They did it with Florida State. They did it with Central Florida. They tried to do it with Texas and stir up a controversy and all this stuff. They tried to do all of this crap, but then CU comes out and looks fucking ridiculous, and everyone's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have transfer portal guys, and then the transfer portal guys are coming and they're supposed to ignore what I just saw? Excuse me? It's a disaster. Didn't look good. So if you're asking me how I feel about the spring game, and if you're asking me how I feel about my record prediction, I don't even want to give a prediction right now because I am disgusted, I'm confused, I'm saddened, and I'm worried. And if you are listening to this and you're a CU fan and you're not worried, you need to wake up. You have to wake up. You have to pay attention to what we're looking at. Let's pay attention. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to tell you how to think and feel. I'm just telling you, pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention. I've sat on YouTube channels and people are talking about all these other teams and they're making it seem like it's no big deal. It's no big deal who we're losing. It's no big deal what's coming. It's no big deal. Because we have people coming. So we have this open door policy and people can come and they can go and they can weave in and out and we can go whatever and everything's great. It's not great. There's no order. It's not good, you guys. So that's how I feel about this. So if you're asking me what I feel about my record prediction, I can't call it. And the reason why I don't want to call it is because, to be quite frank, I don't want to say the record that I actually think, because right now I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I just don't know what this is. So I can't call it. And this is another reason why I purposely try to not compare CU to Texas. And this is why I try to let CU be where they're at, Colorado, they're where they're at, and Texas is where they're at. I don't compare the two. I don't compare them because I don't want to compare them. Because if I was to compare them, this would be a totally different conversation. But I'm not comparing them. I'm just talking about what I saw at CU, and it didn't look like much, and that's concerning to me. That's concerning. It's concerning. We had a guy that wasn't even running back, that was running like up and like what are we doing? What on drills? One-on-ones at a spring game? Come on. Come on. Like, come on. Come on. So that's why I'm like, look, I don't like what I'm seeing. If you're listening to my voice, I don't care what you call me. Just pay attention to the words I am saying. This didn't look good on Saturday. Don't make excuses for things that don't look good. If you wouldn't make that excuse for your best friend that is doing something that doesn't look good, don't make excuses for this program. This program is not going to get better if you continue to make excuses for it. Let's not make excuses for this program. Let's expect excellence from this program. Let's expect an actual team to come together and to be better than what we saw at the spring game. That is my hope. And if you don't agree with anything I'm saying, I don't care. But that's how I feel. This team needs to look better and it needs to be better. You cannot tell me that everybody felt good, that when our team came out, our first team offense came out, and the first 3 plays, 2 of those first 3 plays would have been a sack. 2 in the spring game. Our number 1 offensive line against our number 2 defense. 2 out of 3 of those plays would have been a sack. You can try to make it sound as good as you want to. That is not good. It is not good. So I will not sit here and act like that was good. It was not good. So if you want to know what my new prediction is, I don't have one because I'm not sure what that was. I'm just not sure. Now, CU's going to get more talent. You want to know why CU is going to get more talent? They have to get more talent. They have too many scholarships available. They need depth. And they keep losing little pieces here, one player here, one player there, one player there. It doesn't look like a thing, but it's a thing. It's concerning. So now all of these people are coming in May. They're going to come in May. God help us. They're probably not going to learn the fight song or do whatever. That's a whole different conversation. They're coming in May. So they have from May till August 29th to get it together. And I don't even know who we're going to have because we still need more players. We need more. So I don't know what to tell you. Like if you come here for positivity, I'm giving you the honest truth. You can take it or leave it, but do not act like what you saw on Saturday was good. Stop it. Stop acting like Saturday was good. We have to stop doing that. It's fake. Be real with yourself. Be real about what you're seeing. What you saw on Saturday was not good. It was not good. So stop it. And then some people are like, the secondary was good. This was good. This was good. So I'm like, okay, so is that who we're going to be? Is that it? No, no. So I don't even know who started this rant. But whoever started this rant, shame on you. But that's how I feel. So I don't know what record prediction to give you. I don't know what to even tell you. All I know is I am going to hope this gets better. And I'm going to hope things, whatever. And I don't care if I end this live and we get elite players. I don't think we're going to get elite players. But if we do get elite players, that alone will still not change my mind. You want to know why? Because I heard this crap about this offensive line that we got, and I watched the offensive line give up 2 sacks in a spring game against a second-team defense as soon as the game started. So don't ask me to believe in something that I've seen that it doesn't look good because I'm concerned, and I have some concerns. So that's how I feel right now. And if that changes, I will let you know. But right now, I am concerned because it doesn't look good. And anybody that is telling you that crap looked good, don't trust them. Those are the type of people that will not tell you if your tag is sticking out. Those are the people that will not tell you if you have gum on your shoe. Those are the people that won't tell you if you have something in your teeth. Don't trust those people. It wasn't good. Don't believe that crap. So anyways, I will stop talking. That is how I feel. And that's just where it is. And it is what it is. And if you don't agree with me, kudos to you. But I'm telling you right now, don't buy into this crap. Don't buy into this crap until you see something different. Period. Period. So right now, I'm concerned about the North Dakota State game. Keeping it real. Right now, I'm concerned about the North Dakota State game. Period. That's how I feel. Any other questions in the chat before I end this live? Anybody else have anything they would like to ask me before I end this chat? Because I just went on a 20-minute rant. Hey, CU Buffs Dynasty. How are you? Anyone else have any other questions for me before I end this? Because I'm sick and tired of this. You know what? Good for you for believing that. From what I saw from our second team defense against that offensive line, I am concerned. And if you're not concerned about that offensive line that you saw on Saturday, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Wasn't good. Wasn't good. Don't know what to tell you. I cannot. If you saw that offensive line, if you saw that on Saturday and you were like, everything's fine. If you actually saw that offensive line on Saturday and you believe everything is fine, you believe everything's fine? No. That's all. So that's it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, listen. Yeah. They better figure it out. Listen, you know what? I hope next time I come live, I can say, you know what? But here's the thing. I can't unsee that offensive line. And no matter who they get, I don't know. I just don't know who they can get that's going to make me feel better. And that is why I'm concerned. I don't even know who they can get that will make me feel better. That's why I'm concerned. That's why I'm concerned. So that's it. Any other questions? What else would you like me to answer? I always say, I'm going to send a smoke signal. Now, you don't have to listen to my smoke signal. You can convince yourself of whatever you want to convince yourself of. And this is me. I am a fan, and I hope we win every game, actually. But I'm just telling you, I'm always going to be objective. I'm always going to be objective about every single thing in life. The things I love, especially. And I love watching football, and I love Colorado, and I love Texas, and I love the Steelers, and I'm going to keep it real about all three teams. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. But if you saw what you saw on Saturday and you feel confident, you should check your confidence because something ain't right. Because that wasn't good. That clown scoring. What do you know about the big boy they got from Texas? He's a big boy from Texas that redshirted towards ACL, was on the fourth string offensive line and couldn't play because he needs to get into shape. That's what I know. So if they can trim him up, get him into shape, get him teaching, get him learning and teaching some things, he'll be great. But he needs training. He's coming off of an injury and he needs work. He needs work. He needs work. He didn't play at Texas. He just didn't play. So there's who you think won the draft, who drafted pretty well. I think I'm going to leave the Steelers out of this because I feel like I'm too close to that. I think the Eagles drafted well. I think Carolina drafted well. I actually think the Raiders drafted well. I think the Raiders are going to be one of those teams that maybe they don't look like they drafted well right now, but I feel like in a year or two, we're going to look back at the Raiders team and be like, they drafted well. So I think I'm going to go with Raiders. So I have Carolina. And Carolina drafted well because they did well they also did well in, what is it called? In the free agency. So I think Carolina did well in free agency. And then, so Carolina Eagles always do well in the draft. And then I think the Raiders for me. I like I think the Packers got better as the draft went on. The Packers didn't do bad. I lie what my Packers did. No. So anyways, I'm not sure about their third rounder. That's the thing, Dewey. I think they got better as the draft went on. I think they finished really well at the end of the draft, as opposed to the beginning of the draft. That's just my opinion. Although Bakhtiari, I love Bakhtiari. Although he's gone. But they had to do something with that offensive line. So that's how I felt about that. But anyways, any other questions, comments, concerns? I got my rant out. Now I don't have to make a video about it. I probably should make a video about it because I would probably be, the thing is, when I make videos, I actually prepare to make a video and I actually have bullet points to make a video. I don't even have bullet points. I have no bullet points on this game in front of me. I'm going off of memory. That's how you know it's not good, because usually I write everything down. And when I write everything down, I can actually recite it a little bit better. This time I have nothing written down. So everything you just heard came from my brain. So just imagine if I took time to go rewatch that trash. I'm not going to call it trash. If I went to go rewatch that stuff and then made a video about it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But that's where I'm at. So it is getting dark. I'm going to go. If anybody else has any questions, let me know before I go. Obviously, once I end the live, if you have any other comments, you can let me know in the comment section. The other thing is I don't know when I should go live or how I should do this live thing. If you have thoughts, comments, or whatever, let me know right in one of the comments on my videos, like what you think when I should go live. Or if you want me to talk about something specific, let me know. If you want me to make a specific video about something because you want to know my thoughts, let me know. It doesn't always have to be about sports because I have so many videos about so many different things. Tomorrow, I will drop a video at 11 a.m. Central Time. So whatever time zone that is for you, about the transfer portal. My hair will be different because obviously I record the videos before. But other than that, I am going to get off live. And if you need to reach me, comment on one of my videos, watch a video and comment on it and let me know your thoughts. But anyways, bye.